honestly really wasn't a fan of this season. I just couldn't really get into it. They had a few good episodes here and there, but they just weren't as good as the first few seasons. We had an episode where we got to see Fist Pump again, but the episode wasn't even really good. I had this really pointless episode with a talking brain. It's just that most episodes just really weren't that good. I really enjoyed the first few seasons. The other seasons were pretty good too. Season 7 was decent, and the dome episodes weren't even that bad. Once they got in space, I didn't really care for the show. Episodes kind of lost their charm, and it wasn't even really the fact that they were in space. They didn't really have that much adventures in the show, but it did feel kind of like the regular show, the old one. The same time it didn't, because we have a whole episode where they go through all this shit just to avoid spoilers. Honestly, though, that episode they could have just ended it by telling Benson soon as he told them that he had to, go vacuum the dome first. He's he should have just because they already had a plan in case they ever got spoiled again, because someone spoiled one of their movies, the Carter and Briggs movie they were gonna watch. So they already had this whole plan set up. And the final step of the plan, if none of the other things worked, was to spoil Benson's show that he wanted to watch. I honestly don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. Just say, hey, we'll spoil your show if you don't let us finish this episode before we go vacuum. And then they put the tape in. I think that could have worked. Though I would be lying if I said I didn't really like the final. The final was really cool. There was a few problems with it, but the ending of the final was pretty cool. Everybody finally got a happy ending. They finally left the park even though they thought they were going to be there forever. Muscle Man and Starla got to reunite. Benson reunited with the pig from one episode in season 7. Maybe season 6. I thought he would have reunited with Pam, but since they broke up, I guess not. But the whole reason they broke up was because he was far away. So I thought that she was going to go there, but I guess not. Mordecai reunites with his parents we've seen a few times. Skips gets to see his old buddy that we haven't seen in a while. Though I don't see why his old buddy didn't go there too. And honestly, don't see why they didn't win the fight when they had Death on their side. And that just felt so weird. Why bring Death if he's not gonna instantly win? It just felt so weird, Death being nerfed that hard. Rigby got to see his people again, and his mom and dad again, and his brother. And then Pops didn't survive. It was a sad ending. But one of the things I didn't like about the season final, but I did like the season final, was that Mordecai gets a new girlfriend, and we never really see anything about the whole CJ thing. Because I think it was late season 6, maybe early season 7, when CJ said they were just taking a break. And now he has a completely new girlfriend. I also didn't like how they tried to make the stupid joke where Mordecai and Rigby say something that they used to say. And then they say they can't believe they say that just because they did this huge time jump where it's 25 years later. I really couldn't get anything out of that because it's not like it's been years since they've said that. Sure, it is on the show's time, but we've seen it plenty of times. What am I supposed to get out of it? This isn't like a wrestler saying something iconic years later. Even though I don't like Sheamus, he started going back to saying, "Are you not entertained?" after like a year of not saying it. It's not something like that. They try and make it kind of impactful, but it's really not. And I did like how Mordecai finally moved on, though. But Mordecai was probably my least favorite character in this show. And I think we should have got more of Rigby and Eileen. We got a little bit of them in season 7, but they even focused on episodes of Mordecai. Like when he got dumped, they went to Dump Town and stuff like that. So I really think they should have focused more on their relationship. Because most of Man and Starla got a few episodes where they focused on it. They focused on an episode with Skips trying to get a girlfriend. They focused on an episode of High Five Ghost getting a girlfriend. Of him and Cecilia, or however you say her name. But then Rigby, they hint at them getting a relationship. Where, like, seasons upon seasons ago, he says that, he thinks Eileen is hot without her glasses on. And then he eventually dates her, and we find out he's dating her in, like, late season 6, when Mordecai's dating CJ. And, we never really get an episode between Rigby and Eileen. But they did one for High Five Ghosts, the one they barely did anything with in that show. And the one thing I did really like, though, was that they brought back Thomas for one more episode. But, you know, I liked it because they were doing it just before they went to space, so we got to see him at least one more time. But, you know, that's about it. Hey, even Benson got a few dating episodes. Pops and Rigby were the only one that didn't get any dating episodes. And that's because Pops was kind of childlike in the show. But I think they should have focused one on Rigby, since Rigby and Mordecai were the two main characters. But that's about it.